don't mind. I'm trying to work here. Well, hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Glennzb TV, the show that puts Glennzb into your TV. And this morning, I'd like to talk about News Talk ZB's very own version of The Block, because as you can see, we're on location here. We've come a long way from where we normally film this. If we can just look over here, this is where we normally film this, and we've come all the way out here, just outside the studio, because we've renovated. Come on through, Matt. No, come on through. We can't stand in the way of progress just because we're shooting a TV show. Okay, so yeah, what we've done here is this has all just been freshly painted. But the really exciting thing is, if you look up there, you'll see we've got complete with disco lighting or sort of 1980s sex shop style lighting. It's all class here. It's a bit dark, but kind of cool, kind of trendy. So we're doing it a room at a time at ZB. I believe the kitchen might be next. So you never know, we could be coming to another outside location to you. Well, when I say outside, I mean outside that studio very soon. It's exciting times here at News Talk ZB. First real news issue of the day, of course, is the Taxi de France. Yeah, somebody threw tax in front of the cyclists today at the Tour de France, which I was a bit confused about at first, and then I realised exactly why they do this, because you see these massive crowds turning out to watch the Tour de France, right? But I've always wondered why, because here's my little reenactment of what that must look like. If you're standing there waiting for the Tour de France to come past, I mean, these guys are not slow, right? Here's a bit like what it looks like. Okay, so you're standing there, and then here comes the Tour de France, and that was it, right? So I'm thinking that this is just a spectator trying to get their money's worth, throw a few tacks out there, slow everybody down, get a decent look at what they're there to look at. Either that, or it's just the organisers trying to make things a little bit more challenging. Maybe we'll have like a pit of fire, a moat of crocodiles, something like that coming up. Just because otherwise it's just sort of riding around the streets, isn't it? That's not real sport. All right, what have we got here? I've dropped one on the floor. Drop the next issue on the floor. This is what happens when you go OB. Things get a little bit crazy. We've got the Olympic security issue is ongoing. It turns out we've got revelations today that the company G4S, which was contracted to do the security at the Olympics, some of them also did the security at Wimbledon. And we had a bloke today who was saying that he found some of the security guys from G4S at Wimbledon asleep on the job. They thought they were being paid to sleep. They were hiding so they could go to sleep. So this is definitely a job I could do, I reckon. I have been training all my life for a job where you get paid to sleep. So if they're still looking for people, if they haven't got enough soldiers to fill up all those positions they're trying to fill for the Olympic security, I'm your man. I can sleep on the job. No problem at all. We've got asset sales protests over the weekend. I was interested to hear Joong Ki sort of bashing away at his party line this morning that this is what they campaigned on. Asset sales, they've got a mandate. This is what we voted for. I don't know that that's necessarily the case. It's a bit like when you first go out with somebody and you start going out with a boyfriend and you like him, but there's certain things about him that you think you can probably change later on, like get rid of all his daggy wardrobe and put him in some proper clothes. I think it's a bit the same way with the asset sales. People wanted the national government, didn't necessarily want the asset sales as such, and thought that they could probably change that with some protest later on. So we'll see how that turns out. And we'll finish today with TMO Outrage, television match official outrage. I'm outraged anyway, because 2 weeks in a row now, the Chiefs have actually been robbed due to dodgy TMO decisions. What's going on here? I mean, it's a pretty clear picture, and then the Chiefs lose. Is that what it says in the rule books? They make a decision that means that the Chiefs lose and don't finish top of the table, and thereby probably mean that a New Zealand team once again won't win the Super 15. Come on, TMOs, get it right. It's not all about the Crusaders. Remember, there is another team, and it's called the Chiefs, and we're going to win it anyway. You mark my words.